right now. So what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Channel Musi Gaming here, and today, as we are here live on the stream, we have two content prepared for you. One of them I do want to talk to you about. It's actually more of a me venting, but what I do want to talk to you about is the reality of delta formation, right? And I think I need a sticky. I need a sticky note. Oh no, well, sticky note. I need a sticky note for this. So reality of delta, right? So personally speaking, I think Rise of Kingdoms has done delta so wrong, so wrong, compared to any other formations that are in the game right now. And here's what I mean. So beginning of this year or end of last year, we got Arthur Pendragon released to the game with the concept of combo introduced into the game, right? And when that release took place, and I think a month or so before or after, we got a new formation called Delta come into the game, right? And personally, back then it was kind of bad at the same time because what we could run, what can we run with Arthur at the end of the day, was the only two commander pairings that you could run with Arthur was Philip and William, right? But what was actually worse for a lot of people who were thinking about using Delta was that Attila, who was actually the best pairing for Subutai, was actually Attila Subutai rally was actually performing much better on Arch formation compared to Delta, right? So people like me who are min-maxing stuff and who are rally leads for the kingdom, and actually myself, my personal story is that I've actually transferred everything that was in Wedge into Delta first, trusting that the Delta would actually be the new, like the best setup for Attila Subutai rally. I'm not saying that's Lilith's fault, or I'm not saying that that is bad, but I'm just telling you what happened, right? And I've actually retransferred all the Delta setup that I had back to Arch because it was going to perform better for my kingdom as a rally or garrison lead. And also at the same time, if you wanted to use Arthur as primary on the field, it was better for you to actually just use Arch also, I think. The Delta did not provide that much better like benefits as a formation compared to Arch or even Wedge, right? Like anything that you actually had as combo damage commander, it was the Delta really didn't give you the marginal benefit that it required, like what Pincer did. And then later part of that year, I think Pincer came out, and then Pincer was used quite universally because for one, they had more than one Smite commander, like Combo did. So that right away when Pincer came out and when Bai Chi came out, Bai Chi Liu Che was a thing right away. Where's Gorgo? Gorgo and Tokugawa was a thing right away. But Delta was kind of in a weird spot where, okay, if you convert it to Delta, you're going to not perform as well as you would with Attila Subutai rally. And then if you actually were running Arthur with Philip, you were just trading really, really badly for whatever you had. Like, personally speaking, I still had like similar level of equipment. I had much worse, but then again, I upgraded and armaments, but I was not trading like I would have if I had Achilles there. So it was kind of a bit of a weird situation with Delta. But what I'm trying to say is I think, given that Lilith has actually confirmed very recently that they're releasing another formation for combo damage, I think it's actually doing Delta formation users really, really wrong. For a couple of reasons. For one, it was only last month that we actually got our hands on Achilles, which was October of 2025, right? And that's when we actually started to see the value of Delta. And then when you actually, start using Delta formation like I do have right now, like that's actually when you can truly benefit from the benefits of Butterfly effect, right? Butterfly effect, Thrasher effect, Steel Skin effect, because that's the only time that you actually had a full combo pairing on the field. And also at the same time, with David now into the mix, you can consider using either Attila, David, or David Hector with combo added to this, right? Now remember that all of this is happening throughout October and November of this year, right? But the thing that I think is like really wrong, that the Cavalry users actually got screwed over, is the fact that first half of next year, another formation for combo is coming out, right? So we only get to actually play around with Delta setup that we have currently for what? Minimum 2 months to maximum 8 months, right? 7 or 8 months. And I think that is personally really wrong, in my opinion. Is because, hey, like when we got Delta formation, we didn't have good commanders that we can actually use. As a matter of fact, even if you're a rally or garrison lead, Delta was not the formation that you'll be benefiting from from combo attack damage commanders, right? Attila Subutai was better off with Arch, and then Arthur Subutai. What am I saying? Yeah, Arthur with Philip was actually better off with just was not really benefiting from Delta formation, right? And now that we get to play around with it in October, and the fact that we're gonna have a new Cavalry combo commander pairing, the fact that we're gonna actually get a new formation that's gonna be related to combo, that could potentially replace Delta formation. I think Lilith is doing us wrong there because, in all honesty, this feels a little too short of a turnaround time for us to enjoy the Delta fully. So that's personally what I feel about Delta formation. And I really, really hope that the first formation that they release into the earlier part of next year, I think it's going to be a wedge formation update, like the skill damage, the better version of the skill damage formation, right? Obviously, right now we have wedge, and wedge was here from the very, very, very beginning of formation, right? So it was one of the first formation that was ever released to the game, right? I hope after they actually get released the wedge, in all honesty, I hope the Delta comes towards the end of next first half of the year, because that's when they said that they're gonna release one skill damage formation, one smite damage formation, and then one combo damage formation, right? And what I really hope, personally, Musa's just mad. He's gonna have to convert all of that into other formation. Yeah, I mean, it is, I think, correct for us to kind of feel like that. Well, they released Delta formation, making it sound like it was like the new meta. But then again, now we get to play around with it, possibly only for 2 months. And it's actually not cheap to convert all this, right? So yeah, I mean, I feel like it's unjust, personally. I really hope that the next Smite formation actually comes before the Delta formation 2.0, is my personal opinion. But by the order of things that was released, I would imagine that the next Pincer formation 2.0 is gonna actually come towards the end of the next first half. But yeah, I personally think that a lot of cavalry commanders, a lot of cavalry rally leads in specific, is suffering a lot from the fact that they have to switch back and forth, including myself, is my opinion. So yeah, that's just how I felt. I just wanted to get it off the chest. What I do want to ask Lilith, if you guys are watching this though, is that I personally think that the next Delta formation, or the Delta formation 2.0, should actually be different from Delta in a way that it's like, oh well, Delta is actually for more field damage, and then the next whatever formation that they are about to release is actually for rally garrison, right? And it is possible to do this, right? For example, I think like we have butterfly effect and all that stuff, Thrasher, Steel Skin, and everything that is focused more on hitting more and more combo attack, right? What if the new combo damage 2.0 formation, given that David, let's look at David real quick, because I think that we need to talk about David's, what he does, right? If you look at David, he does 2 times the combo attack, but he's not really about hitting that many targets either as a Garrison lead. He's actually more focused on hitting 1 target. Let's look at GG, right? He's actually to focus more on hitting 1 target too here. So what I was hoping, or Subutai even, I didn't mean GG actually, I meant Subutai. Like let's look at Subutai. He is actually focused on hitting 1 target a lot harder, instead of hitting 10, 20 combo attacks like Achilles does in the field, right? So what I was hoping that Lilith will do is that the next combo formation that they release will actually gear more towards doing more combo damage, like buffing this more, rather than hitting multiple targets, perhaps, so that Delta does not lose all of its light all of a sudden, because that is what they have to kind of protect, in my opinion. If someone made an investment to, I don't know, whatever that they have, like the Delta formation, this is a big investment that everyone made, right? And it will cost me minimum $400 for me to retransfer this into a new formation. Instead of just trashing this formation away, which like Butterfly Effect is obviously really, really like amazing concept. Thrasher, Steel Skin, everything is actually really good concept. Keep this concept and then move on to next that actually provides more value in specific other situations is what I would ask. But I don't know how much of a voice that I will have for people who are in Lilith, who are actually making these formations. So that's what I'm asking. All right. Anyways, that was me venting for the last 13 minutes. I hope you guys actually were not too scared about whatever I was talking about, because yeah, I was thinking about this for a while, and I think really what I wanted Lilith to kind of understand is that we really didn't get a chance to really see how much value that Delta holds. But like, let's say in 3 months, we see another combo damage formation that comes into the game that will replace Delta completely. Let's say we get another pincer formation that replaces Arch completely, right? Then I think a lot of people would kind of feel disappointed, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to go ahead and continue on the live stream. So if you guys are in the live stream, please don't leave. But I'm going to go ahead and close out the recording. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Peace.